Today we'll continue our discussion towards relative imports. Okay, so let me go into this folder and let me add some of the more packages inside packages. So where is this classroom notes? Yeah, let me close this stuff. Modules and packages. Yeah, I need to do yoga and all of that stuff, but the problem is I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to start online initially, at least the meditation part. Right? Okay, sir. Now, in the last series, we had looked into modules and packages. So what is a module? Module is nothing but a Python file. And what is a package? Package is a directory in a Python file which has a special file which is called as underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py. Yes or no? This is what we have discussed. Yeah, right. So basically, right, sometimes whenever we are trying to develop the code, we might not write all of the code in one folder. So what we have said is we'll be writing packages, and then within packages also you can create sub packages. So we can also create sub packages. So let me try to show you what the sub package means. So I'll go into common, and then I'll try to let me not go into common. Let me go into utilities. Let me go and create a new Python package within utilities, which I call it as database utilities. Am I clear on this? Right? And within utilities, I might create a new package over here. Oh, sorry, new package over here. Okay, which is file utilities. Yeah. So within database utilities, I might try to write a new package within this, right? Which is possibly like SQL. Okay. So I might write one more package over here, which is NoSQL. Am I clear on this? Right. So in this NoSQL, let us assume that I write a new Python file or a new Python module, right? Which is called as MongoDB. Okay. I'm not going to write much over here. I'm just going to write a dummy classes over here. Class MongoDB, and then I'm trying to write as pass. Okay. So over here, I'm going to create a new Python file, which I'll be calling as Cassandra. So within this, I'm going to write class Cassandra and then pass. Let us assume that these are the utilities which you are trying to write. And when it comes to SQL, let us write a Oracle utility, MySQL utility, and a Oracle and MySQL. That's okay. Oracle and new Python file MySQL. I'm just writing some dummy code over here. So class MySQL. I'm not going to implement any methods in this. Okay, right? Okay, and over here I'm going to write class Oracle. Am I clear on this, sir? So as your projects increase, okay, okay, and basically you might be creating lot of packages underneath it. Okay, right? Am I clear on this, sir? So now I'm in utilities, and let us assume that from utilities I want to access okay, something in common. Okay, in common there is some compare, and I want to use that. So I am in this class and I want to use something in compare.py. So how am I going to use that? Okay, so one way is you can go with relative imports. So I'm in which folder now? Okay, all right, I'm in which folder now? Right, Oracle. So the current folder of Oracle is SQL. If I go one level above, I'll be seeing database. If I go one level above, I'll be seeing utilities. Right? Do you agree with me on that? So over here, okay, I can do relative imports by trying to tell that from dot dot. Okay, are you seeing when I type dot dot, you are seeing NoSQL? So dot means current folder. Dot dot means one folder above that. Okay. So are you seeing file and database? I'll go with one more dot. Sorry. Right. File and utilities. Right. And let me go with file utilities. Let me not go very much deeper. Okay. File, and let us assume that in file I have something called as I'll write one file called as, okay, test. Okay. So class test, and I'll be writing pass. Now let us assume that I want to import test. Okay. Import from dot 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 slash file import test. Okay. Okay. Right. Where is Oracle? Okay. Dot dot slash file dot test import test. Am I clear on this? In this case, what is that I'm trying to do? In this case, what is that I'm trying to do, sir? I am going to basically access the folders by using this dot notations. Am I clear on this? Right? So if I want to import MySQL, I'll be trying to tell that from dot MySQL. Import MySQL. So in the current directory, there is a file module called as MySQL. From that, try to import MySQL. So if I want to import NoSQL, I'll be trying to tell from not dot, okay, NoSQL, okay, dot, there is a file called as Cassandra, and from there import Cassandra. Are we clear on this, sir? This is relative notation in Python. Am I clear, or is this sounding confusing? Right? So I'm just going to, anyway, I'm going to share this code anyway, right? So please have a look at that, but I'll be sharing the image of this file, okay? So that you can basically recollect everything, okay? So I'm writing oracle.py, right? And in oracle.py, I have written, right? These statements might not make sense, but are you seeing how can I do the imports by using relative stuffs? Use directory. Dot means current directory. Dot dot means one folder above it. Dot dot, if you add three dots, it is three levels above it. Each dot represents the level. First dot, same level. Second dot, one level above it. Third dot, two levels above it. Okay, that is basically what it is trying to tell. And if you know basically a little bit of Linux, in Linux, whenever we want to move from one directory to other directory, we use this dot dot notations anyway, right? So let me save this, and let me use this notations. Good. Okay. Then we can, okay, access the packages and modules inside the packages using relative imports. Using relative imports. And whenever you are trying to use relative imports, right? the period. Okay, so okay, let me put in this. Look at this import. Okay, from dot database import database. Let us assume this is the statement which you have seen. Okay, so let us assume that this is a statement which you have. So in this statement, okay, the period, okay, period is nothing but the dot, okay, in front of database. What is it trying to tell? Okay, says use the database module inside the current package. Current package is same directory. Am I clear on this? So look at this statement. Okay, so when you look at this statement, in this statement, what I am trying to do is from dot dot database import database. This I might be writing in a different Python file. Okay, right? So we have two periods. Okay, we have two periods, right? So whenever we are trying to tell that we have two periods, right? What does that mean? It means that go, right? Navigate one level up. Okay, and there we have a module. Okay, one level up means one folder or sub package up. There is a module called as database. From that, import class database. Am I clear on this, sir? Now, okay. So I think now you can justify the statements which I have written in the image. So review dot slash images slash Python pod. Okay, right. Good, sir. Okay. So now, is relative import basically possible between different packages? Straight away, it is not possible, but there are ways. There are ways. Okay. So, but that we'll be learning in the next class, right? Images, yeah, spelling is wrong. Yes, you're right. Okay. So right now we are trying to import within the same package, right? So now I can go to main.py and over here, okay, see I can write that from utilities dot database dot NoSQL dot Cassandra import Cassandra. Am I clear on this? This is the other way. Here we are getting one level deeper. Okay, in the earlier case we were coming one level to the top backwards. Here we are moving in the forward direction. Am I clear on this? Okay. Now consider this statement. Okay. So here we are moving into sub packages. So in the earlier cases, we were inside the sub packages and we were trying to access something outside of a sub package. But now we are trying to get inside the stuff. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. So any directory where we have underscore underscore init.py, it becomes a package. Am I clear on this, sir, now? Okay. So there is one more responsibility of that underscore underscore init.py file, but today it is too much early for me to speak about that. So I'm not going to speak about that. Right? So let us proceed further. Let us proceed further. Okay. Now, basically, okay. Now what we will try to do is we will try to understand how can I organize, okay, content within module. So what is a module? Module is a Python file. Okay. Guys, 1 minute. I have one question. Let me try to answer. Khalil, we can write import statements in any Python file, right? Am I clear on that? So what is a module? Is module not a Python file? Okay. Did you understood it? Sir, please just slightly think before you ask your question. Right? Module is a Python file, and in any Python file, I can use the import statement. Okay. Right, sir. Now, whenever we are trying to organize the module content, how should we do that? How should we do that? Right? So basically, what is that we can have inside the modules, right? So inside module is a Python file. Okay. So inside any module, okay, we can specify, right? I can write variables, I can write classes, right? Here I can write and or functions directly, right? Python allows me to directly write functions. Okay. So now the problem with this approach is, right? If you are using only one module, okay, then we will not have a lot of problems. But as we add lot of modules, as we add lot of modules, you might have sometimes a conflict, because you might also have a class called as database, right? And there is some other package which you are using, even that might have a class called as package, a class called as database. Am I clear on this, sir? That is possible, right? Because whenever you name the classes, you are not the only person naming classes. You might use some other libraries going down the line, and then you might have some conflicts. You might have some conflicts with respect to names. So how am I going to resolve that? How am I going to resolve that? Okay. Am I clear on this, sir? That is one concern which we need to do. Okay. Right. And generally, okay, whenever I am trying to speak about organizing modules, I'll try to speak about that stuff. Okay. We create some modules as libraries and some as executables. What is this? What is this library and what is this executable? Okay. So, for example, you might write a Python file which is called as app.py. Okay. And you might call the file by trying to tell Python app.py. So in this case, app.py is what? Executable module. Yes or no? Now, this app.py module or a module might basically, right, have one more module which it calls, which is called as common.py. Okay. So inside app.py, you are calling common module. So inside app.py, you might have a code which looks like from common import utils. Am I clear on this? So in this case, you are not directly calling common.py, but you are calling app.py, which in turn calls common.py. Here, common.py acts as a library and app.py acts as a executable module. Am I clear on this? Yeah. So shall we try an example around this? Okay. So what I'll try to do is, let me try to create, okay, C drive, Python classroom, August multi-module demo, right? So in this multi-module demo, I'm creating, or let me create this stuff. Okay. All right. Executable and library exec underscore lib demo. Is this okay? Right. Okay. Now in this, I'm going to create quickly two files. Okay. One file, I'm going to call it as number.py. Okay. So class, 1 minute, sir. I'm not using the PyCharm for this. The only reason for that is because this is a very simple class. Class number. Okay. So def underscore underscore init. Okay. Self comma number. So here I'm writing self dot number equals to number. Okay. So then I'm trying to tell that def is underscore even of self. Okay. So return self dot number percentage to equals to 0 or not. Okay. Right. Then let me try to create a file called as main.py. Okay. In main.py, I might be writing the code which is like number equals to 10. Okay. So I want to check whether this 10 is even or odd. So what is it I have done? I would say from, okay, dot number import number. Dot number means in the current package, I have a folder which is, I have a basic file which is called as number. So since I'm calling this as a package, I'll be writing underscore underscore init dot py. Am I clear on this, sir? This is what we have learned, right? Now I'll be trying to tell that, okay. Now let me not call it as number, let me call it as value. Okay. So number is equals to number of value. Okay. If number dot is underscore even, okay, is underscore even, print, okay, even number. Okay. Else print odd number. You can basically use inputs command also, but I'm not getting into that. Okay. So let us not worry about oh, yes, you are right. I messed up over here. So this is not underscore underscore init dot py. Yeah. Fine. Okay. Right, sir. Okay. Yeah, you are right. That is my bad, sir. You guys were all right. I have messed up with the file name. Yeah. Right. So generally, I don't use this editor whenever I'm writing packages. I'll basically do this in PyCharm where this file automatically gets created. So yeah. So in this case, what is happening? What is this number.py? Is this number.py getting executed? No. what is getting executed? Main is getting executed. Yes or no? Yes or no, sir? So here main.py is executable module and number.py is a library module. Am I clear on this? Okay, fine. Let me commit the code so far so that I can give the links over here in the description. Get status, get add dot get commit hyphen m added code. Don't worry about this git command at this moment. It is not required. Okay, fine. So let me go to this folder, this URL, right? And in this August 20, and in this exec libdemo, right? So refer the code from here. Okay, main.py is the module which we will be executing. Okay, and this main.py uses number.py, so which acts as library. Am I clear on this? Right? But sometimes we might not have this convenience. Sometimes we might not have this convenience, right? So in some cases, we might have the same module where we define, okay, methods or classes, okay, and executing the same module. Okay, so something like, let us assume that I'll be writing a file which I'll be basically calling it as, okay, something like, what should I call it? Okay, so test underscore prime dot py. Okay, so I'm writing a file where I have to basically try to tell whether the number is prime or not, and in this case I have to define, okay, prime number in the same class, and also I'll be calling the same class, right? So then how do I organize this content? So in this cases, we have a special variable, okay, or in this cases we need to organize the code, okay, in the module, right? So let us see how do I organize it. First, let me write class prime, okay, def underscore init self, okay, comma number, and let me write self dot number equals to number, right? Now I am basically writing a method is underscore prime self, okay. So I'm not worried about the code over here because we have done and we have written this code hell lot of times. How to find out whether the number is prime or not? Yeah. And whenever I'm naming this class, it should be capital. Thanks, Ramkoti, for that. Right. Now, I might not use a different class. My code also might be executing from the same class. So in this code, now if I try to write something like value equals to 11. Okay. Now prime equals to prime of value. Okay. If prime dot is underscore prime. Okay. Print prime number, else print not a prime. Is this looking good, sir? This sounds confusing, right? Okay. So okay, if we don't organize code, our code might end up something like this. Right. Am I clear on this? So now let me try to tell you. Every module has a special variable. Okay. Underscore name. Whenever you are seeing anything with underscore in Python, it is special. Yes or no? We have already spoken about it. Yeah. Fine. Now, what it tries to tell you is, okay, that specifies the name of the module when it was imported. Okay. Basically, underscore name will try to give you the name of the module. Okay. But when the module is executed directly, okay, something like Python prime.py. Okay. So here, is there any import that is happening? No, right? You are executing this module directly, right? There is no import that is happening. Okay. Since there is no import that is happening, the underscore name variable will have a value of underscore main. Am I clear on this, sir? The underscore name variable will have the value of what? Underscore main. Am I clear on this, sir? So if you are executing the code directly, the underscore name will have a value of main. So I will make use of this logic in Python, and then rather than writing the code like this, what I will try to do is I will simply try to tell that, okay, if the name is equal to underscore main, okay, this module is executed directly. Okay, something like, okay, yes or no? In that cases, I'll be calling a function called as main, and now I will define a function called as main function, and inside this main function is where I will try to write all of this code. Am I clear on this, sir? Now do we understand this? Whenever you might have seen a Python code, you might have seen lot of times when people write Python code, they use this. Now, do we understand the logic behind it? This comes under organizing code. This comes under organizing code. Am I clear, sir? Whenever you are writing a Python file, which is basically executed, then it is always a good idea to write a code which appears something like this, right? So using this logic, prime.py can be changed to what? This. Okay. So let me also commit this. Sorry, get status, get add dot, get commit hyphen m added prime, get push. Okay, we should be seeing prime.py over here in no time. Come on, man. Yeah, test underscore prime. Okay, so refer, okay, test underscore prime.py file from here. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay, now if I want to run this code, okay, I have not written the prime.py logic over here. So, but let me try to tell that return as true. Okay, so how to write the prime logic? We have already spoken in our previous classes. I am not writing that again. Okay, or shall I write this? Okay, fine. Okay, is prime underscore number equals to true. Okay, right. Now I'll be trying to tell that index. Okay, I am using the while loop. You can use using the for range also. Okay, so while index is less than self dot number divided by 2, if self dot number percentage index is equals to 0, then this number doesn't become a prime anymore. So is underscore prime underscore number is equals to false, and then you break, right? Then you increment your index by trying to tell that index equals to index plus 1. We have done this logic hell lot of times. So return is underscore prime underscore number. Now if I want to execute this Python code, how do I do that? Okay, so let me navigate to the folder. Okay, so open this code in PowerShell, and then okay, right, Python, what is this file's name? Test underscore prime dot py. Sorry, getting a prime number. Since we have passed the value of 11, it is basically showing us, right? So madam, executing the code we have done a lot of times, and now still people are asking how do I execute the code, right? That is funny, but still I have shown you, right? Okay, sir. So are we clear on this? Yeah. So whenever you see underscore underscore name, now special variable, what will this have? This will have, okay, the name of the module when it is imported. But if the code is called directly, then this value will have, or this variable will have a value which is underscore underscore main underscore underscore. We are using that to make our code organized. Am I clear on this? Yes. Right, sir. Good. Now, okay, we know how to write a little bit of code. Now we understand little bit of the stuff. Okay. Now, what we will try to do is, right, let us try to bring access control into our code. So in Python, how can I bring access control? So what is this access control in Python? So that will be our next step. Okay. So where is my readme.md? Next steps. Okay. Access control in classes. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. And then we'll be trying to understand third party libraries also. Okay. So this will be our next class's topics. Right, sir. Okay. So I am seeing that there are a lot of people who are joining Python classes in between. Yes or no? For the people who are joining Python classes in between, sir, I'm not sure how many of you visit this site, but I have a blog site which is called as python.direct. Please follow this blog religiously. And over here, if you go into Python classroom notes, okay, so you have all the classroom notes which I have basically, right? Try to look into Python classroom notes somewhere from here, right? From 14th July, start looking into these classes. And over here, you have something called as Python class videos, right? There is no need for you to go to this page, but if you really want to basically click on it, go to the YouTube channel. You will be seeing a YouTube logo. This is my Learning Thoughts channel. Subscribe to this channel because everyday class will be uploaded over here. If you go into Python playlists, okay, and over here Python sessions, right, it has all the Python sessions which we have taken. So this is my first 5 classes, right? So you will be seeing a lot of uploads over here. Okay, so for the people who have missed the classes, I would recommend please watch these videos. And whenever you watch these videos, please don't skip. Okay, don't start the video and then try to forward and then move and just type the code. Please don't do that. Watch the whole video and then try to implement whatever I've been speaking in that video. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay, right? So all of our Python and Linux videos are present as playlists.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.